You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Here we go. Yo. It's the realist on the radio, the party bro living in the barrio, making everybody go. Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. And we're just starting our video podcast broadcast on the Rock 102.1 Facebook page. And of course, on our live YouTube channel, that's youtube.com/Beef Vegan Radio, as we get things going. We're going to be talking with ESPN commentator, radio personality, sports expert extraordinaire, Justin Spears on the stream here in a little bit, as we got to try to figure out what games we're going to be keeping an eye on this weekend and what bets to possibly place, right? Ooh. Yeah, and a whole lot more. But I have good news. If you're single out there and want to remain single for the rest of your life, do I have a product for you? Because Arby's is now selling sweatpants and hoodies that smell like smoked meat.
Sign me up.
Yeah, and I don't mean they smell like me who just smoked a cigarette. Not that kind of smoked meat. I'm talking about Arby's smoked meat. So they're promoting their own version of the McRib sandwich. That's very competitive, too. I wonder if they're going to keep that around or they're just going to do it like a special occasion thing like McDonald's does.
Right.
And to do so, they're selling the sandwich by selling hoodies and sweatpants that smell like smoked meat. Yeah, each article of clothing is hand smoked by a real pit master and then vacuum sealed. So like you get that smoked meat flavor right when you open up the package. They don't go on sale till Monday at noon. And apparently there's going to be a huge line of people trying to buy a pair of these sweatpants at rbsmokedsweats.com. Have you heard of anything more American, Rico?
No. What have we become? This is it's too early for this.
It's disgusting, right? If you went to like meet a girl that you matched with on Tinder and she's wearing the Arby's sweatpants and hoodie that smells like smoked meat,
yeah,
what would your immediate response be?
Salivating?
Oh, yeah? You'd be hungry?
Girl, you smell like roast beef. Smother some horsey sauce all over you.
Oh, no. Does the carpet match the sweatpants? Brutal. But yeah, This is a very American thing, and it's a real thing. You would think I got this information from theonion.com, but that is not the case.
Nope.
That is the new way to promote the McRib, and it got me talking about it, so I guess it worked.
You win, corporate overlord.
Yeah, but
you win again.
At the same time, seriously, that's when you know. I mean, wearing sweats in the afternoon on a weekday is a sign that you've given up on life. Wearing sweats that smell like a roast beef sandwich?
You're winning.
I don't know.
You're a winner.
All right, we have a lot to cover this hour, so let's get into it. I got a couple songs I want to play for you before we return. Papa Roach coming up after the Pretty Reckless. This is Only God Could Save You Now, or Only Love Could Save You Now. That's the name of the song. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA, Beef Vegan Presents. Let's go! Clear. All right. We are live on the video stream, and I had so many different video clips I wanted to share with you guys today, but it wasn't uploading on my trusty little laptop here.
Oh, man.
I know.
So it's got to be Mercury in a retrograde or one of those things.
Something.
I
hope my computer is not shitting out on me now because I have to DJ a wedding on Saturday.
Timing.
Utilizing this computer here. And, you know, when it comes to a wedding, you can't mess up a wedding.
No.
You know, these are memories that will last a lifetime. Luckily for me, it's their second marriage each.
Okay, so they don't care as much?
As much. They just need someone to be there for the party, but I got to be there.
They still want that Mambo number 5, though.
Oh, yeah.
They still want that.
That's on the request list. Let's go through our comments here. Do some morning roll call. Roll call. Good morning, Dean. Dean, here's what I want to do, and I'm glad you're on the stream here because I need to talk to you guys. I've been thinking of a segment called Squash or Beef for a few weeks now. And I was thinking how I was going to approach this segment. And the idea behind Squash or Beef is when somebody does something wrong to somebody, right? And they know they fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're like the a-hole and the other person hates them for it. But they feel bad that they messed up.
Mm-hmm.
They want to apologize for possibly crossing the line, doing the other person dirty and with an attempt to salvage whatever kind of relationship they may have had before they did this thing.
A redemption arc.
Yeah. I work as a mediator in this situation. We basically air out the drama. What was the reason why the beef started in the first place? And then I see if there's any way that we could possibly squash this beef. Now, the reason why I'm bringing it up with Dean is because apparently Dean has a problem with another streamer. You know who he is. I think most of you, all you guys do. So with that, I do know this person who did cross the line, admits that he crossed the line and does want to squash things and did not mean to cross the line. I want to be able to have this conversation and record the conversation, and I'll edit it in case you do a bunch of N-bombs, or sorry, no N-bombs. I'm saying that first and foremost. But I'll edit it in case you F-bombs, if you say any curse words. Any bombs. We want a bomb-free zone, but I understand when you're talking about this stuff, you're going to get kind of heated. But at the same time, this is what I want to do. I want this to be my first squasher beef because I got a real beef brewing between Eric and Dean. Is it something worth squashing? Is it something that you're possibly up to hearing? Dean, I'm asking you, because I know that Eric is willing to apologize, air out what happened, and hopefully talk this out. Because we're all streamers here. We're all a community. This is an underground club. And if you're new to the stream, feel free to jump in the comments, be a part of it. There are good people amongst this mix, and I want to keep it that way. But everyone messes up. I had to apologize yesterday for inadvertently hating on Riley, because I got a little too sensitive about a booking of an interview that Ray did for her because it was in my time. And when I was bitching about it, it came off like I was hating on Riley. In hindsight, I watched the clip. It did look like I was hating on Riley. That wasn't my intention. I apologize, right? So we all do this, right? So the question to Dean is, are you willing to participate in a new segment I'm calling Squash Your Beef? Are you willing to allow me to attempt to air out this drama and squash it? All right. So Dean says he's cool with it.
Game.
Now Eric's saying not anymore. Come on, man. We're going to do this right now. Okay, so this is what I want you guys to do. I need both of you to give me a call right now. Eric and Dean, please give me a call. 600 KFMA is the phone number. That's 600-5362. I keep saying it like I don't know. I should know it by now.
If we can get sponsored by Arby's sweatpants for this segment.
Yeah.
If you guys squash your beef, we'll give you a pair of beef scented sweatpants.
Exactly. And Kristen, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it has my name in it. I got a lot of segments that have the word beef in it. 5362 is the number. So if I can get Dean and Eric to give me a call, we could start this process right now, and I will record it and we'll edit it together, and then we'll air it probably tomorrow, like a Squash Your Beef Friday. Right?
Lovely.
So Eric, I understand you have verbal communications problems. I'm going to be able to talk you through this. Trust me. I'll be able to translate. All right. So Rock 1 2.1, is this Dean? Is my phone working? Hold on. All right, Dean, can you hear me? Well, shit. Okay. maybe my phone's not working right now. So I'm going to text. Problems. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. All right, Dean. Why don't you email me at beefvegan@gmail.com and maybe I can get you on the live stream because I can't hear you right now. Let's see. It didn't work. So another thing, a little side note, everything in the studio when it comes to like technically has been going to shit. It's been one of those days.
Why?
Yeah. And so then we have Justin Spears checking in a little bit. Justin was supposed to be in studio. And since Justin was going to be in studio and Rico was going to be in studio, I texted Drum yesterday and said, hey, I'm going to have these two guys on the mic talking sports for the first two segments. So I only need you for news, unfortunately. And I only have two mics. So you could sleep in a little bit, come in at 9:30. And she didn't respond, but I'm assuming she got the message because she's not here right now. And then Justin texts me at 8:55. Bro, I overslept. I won't be able to make it in. I'm like, come on, man.
This Wednesday is more like a Monday for apparently many.
Yeah, we all have the
So-
same phones there, Jarrett. So it doesn't surprise me. The fact that anyone listens to that show surprises me. All right, so I didn't hang up, Dean. It's my phones. Yeah. So, all right. So everything's going to shit today, but I do want to make that happen. And, Eric, I know, there was a sense of remorse. There was comments and jokes made that crossed the line. This can happen. You do need to know that there are things that you should never say. And it's just possible, but as we kind of grow and, we find out that there's certain things, they keep moving it a little bit, but I don't know. I can't even say it or explain it or defend it because I don't exactly know what the comment was that crossed the line. I just do know that there were a couple people upset, and I do know if a couple people were upset that it was probably pretty heinous and it didn't need to be said. And I know that Eric, enjoys the community and the friendships that he's finding here on the stream. I did not intend for it to be that way, and I believe him, and that's why I want to do this segment. And I'm glad that you're down for this, Dean, and we're going to make it happen. But I can't do it now because my phones don't work.
Go figure.
How you doing, Rico?
I'm good. I'm surviving. I don't have any beef to squash, unfortunately.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. Mm-hmm.
We'll get you some drama.
Yeah, another drama thing is I did News for Noobs today, gave away a $50 gift card to Bookman's. Found out they stopped sponsoring last week, so that was fun. But he was cool. The guy who won, I ended up giving him monster truck tickets instead.
By the way, we got a Mr. Car Wash gift certificate for $5.
All right, 5 seconds. Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's Beef Vegan Presents. Welcome back to the show. As I'm hanging out here with Rico, we're about 10 minutes away from checking in with Justin Spears on our video podcast broadcast. And on the air, going to talk all things NFL weekend, which I'm excited about. Not as excited as I am to try Rico's grandma's Mexican food that she made us.
That's right.
Yeah. So Rico and I and Powers, we all went out to lunch after Friday's show, and I took him to Taco Absent, one of my favorite taco joints in town.
So good.
One of many. There's so many great taco spots in town. So yes. So the three of us ate tacos, and then Rico posted on his Instagram story that I know more about Mexican food taco shops than
most Mexicans.
Right?
True. Facts.
And then Rico's mom and grandmother got offended at this.
Offended. Ay, Dios mío.
Yeah.
No.
So what did they do, Rico?
I stayed up till midnight last night making carnitas, burritos, tostadas.
Ooh.
Just to make their way into your heart. Or it could be poison and vengeance. Who knows? We'll find out.
Dude, I already love them, so they got me. And a way to my heart is by utilizing pork.
That's
so
right.
Carnitas all day long. And they probably spent extra money on those carnitas too, because right now pork prices are the highest they ever been in 40 years.
What?
Yeah. You didn't hear this?
No,
This
but
is
I've
legit.
noticed.
Yeah, if you notice,
bit.
and if you haven't noticed, bacon is more expensive than it has been in 40 years, and even accounting for inflation. So it's not inflation that's making bacon so high; it's everything else. Supply chain issues are squeezing the pork market. So pork chops cost about 7% more than they did 12 months ago, and the average price for a slab of bacon has jumped nearly 28%. Yeah.
You don't take away my bacon, dude.
No, I know. It's brutal. I got a buddy who's, Lindy, who's opening up a burger shop on 4th. It's Thunder Bacon Company, Burger Company, something like that.
Name? Bacon's in the title.
It's in the title.
Yeah.
Everything on the menu has bacon. I feel bad for this dude right now because he's opening up, starting this theme that has everything bacon, and now bacon is more expensive than it's ever been.
Oy.
Terrible time. If it wasn't for bad luck, he'd have no luck at all. So demand is soaring, and due to several factors, including the disruption of the supply chain, pork production is expected to close out the year about 2% lower than last year. So that 2% lower means prices are still higher. I'm not mathing well, but it doesn't make sense to me. The prices aren't expected to come down anytime soon either. So just, be prepared. If you like bacon, you better be making some.
There you go. Freeze that stash. It's going to be worth more than the dollar bill pretty soon. Trade in bacon.
Trade in bacon.
All
right, let's talk sports. Justin Spears. We'll do that next on Beef Vegan Presents. Keep it right here to Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. And normally here I'd be like, hey, we did this excellent segment earlier and went a little something like this, but I couldn't upload anything. And there was also another video clip that Rico made about discount tires that is hilarious that I wanted to share with you.
Oh God. But technology.
But big old butt.
Big old butt.
Ladies and gentlemen, please say hi to our good friend Justin Spear.
What's up?
Hi.
What's up, Bookie? I mean, Beef.
Yeah, because he paid me $10 because he lost the double or nothing bet. I gave him 2 opportunities to win. Let me recap for the streamers in case they forgot. First and foremost, I made a bet on opening week that the Arizona Cardinals would win.
Choosing the right window treatments.
Sorry about that. So Justin, for whatever reason, he was not alone. Many sports analysts were basically sleeping on the Cardinals. They were overlooking the Cardinals, and maybe it's because of Coach Cliff Kingsbury, whatever. I always mess up his last name. What's Coach Cliff's last name?
Kingsbury.
Kingsbury. Well, he makes terrible calls. We know this. Okay.
Yeah.
Cardinals fans know this. The Cardinals win despite and in spite of Coach Cliff's play calling. He does a terrible job. They almost lost the game. Was it last week or week before?
Yeah.
Where it was piss poor clock management in the fourth quarter when they had the lead. Mm-hmm. And then they did like an 0-4 and burned up like 12 seconds with like 2.5 minutes on the clock. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for a missed field goal, they would have lost that game.
Yeah.
But anyways, he lost the opening game bet. And then he told me, I grew up a lifelong Giants fan, Rico. I'm from New Jersey. Mm-hmm. Initially, I was born there.
I can smell the sweatpants. I know.
Yeah. So he convinced me that my Giants had a chance winning a game against the Washington football team because of a couple things. And I said, okay, I'll tell you what. I'll make this bet on FanDuel, on my FanDuel app. And if I win, then you don't have to pay me the $5. We'll do a double or nothing, right? That's pretty fair. I'm going to put my own money down on the game. And if you're right about this, which I hope you are because I love this team, and then the bet is squashed. You don't owe me anything. We're good. And he's like, absolutely, I'll take that. Then what happened?
The Washington football team won.
Yeah.
By 1 point.
By 1 effing point there. It was enough for me to lose because I bet the money line, not the points.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Shame.
It is a shame. So, but Spears is a man of his word after I posted a clip of him running away from me and going to his car on Instagram.
Where's my money?
Yeah. Did drop $10 into my drawer, and I do appreciate it. So thank you for that.
A true gentleman.
Thank you for being patient.
Yeah. So we talked about all different times sports and betting and everything, but before we talk about that, are the U of A Wildcats going to win a game this week or this season?
Yeah, they're not going to lose. They're not going to lose this week because they're on a bye week.
Oh, shit.
So
okay.
Can't win, but they can't lose.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
But man, I honestly, the NAU game, I know you're a proud Lumberjack, Beef.
Yes.
I after leaving that game, I just thought to myself, there's just no way this team is going to win a game. But then they go toe-to-toe with number 3 Oregon and Eugene the following week, and they're only trailing by 5 points in the fourth quarter. Like, what is this? They were dominating the time of possession. And honestly, I mean, they would have had a really good shot at winning that game if Jordan McLeod, the new quarterback, didn't throw 5 interceptions, which is crazy. Like, 1 week you lose to NAU. And by the way, it wasn't a record for an Arizona quarterback. The all-time record for most interceptions thrown in a game goes all the way back to the 1960 season. And a guy by the name of Bruce Lee was quarterback for Arizona.
Bruce Lee?
Not that Bruce Lee.
Okay.
Yeah. Just some guy named Bruce Lee.
And he threw 6 interceptions.
And he threw 6 interceptions in a game. That's the all-time record. But
wow.
5 interceptions in a game. You lose. Hey, Arizona covered, right? They always say good teams win, great teams cover. Arizona did cover last weekend. I mean, Colorado's down. Cal's having a rebuilding year. Washington is struggling this year. So, I mean, if they play the way they did against Oregon, they might win a game or 2.
Yeah, well, I think we had an initial bet. I think the prediction was they were going to win 2 games this season, and I said they were going to win more because I'm overly optimistic and overly ignorant as well. And it's like I obviously knew very little about the organization, especially compared to you.
Beef,
but
I would have said take that bet.
Yeah,
I was sipping the Kool-Aid, saying, "Hey, they're going to win at least 2 games. They're going to win 3 games," because the line was set at 2.5, and I'm like, "Oh, NAU, San Diego State. There's 2 wins right there. Just get one win in Pac-12 play, and that's it. That's your 3rd win." So
right, but if you can't even beat NAU, man, and I won $120 on that game, Rico. Whew. Yeah, that was fantastic. That was probably the first moment that I really appreciated having that FanDuel app, because I'm at the game. All right. I'm watching the first quarter. And even though U of A Wildcats were up 10-0, I was like, this doesn't look good, man. They do not look good. And NAU seems like they kind of got their number, oddly enough. So I made a $10 bet while NAU was down 10-0. So I made that bet with like a 1,200 to 1 odds with a $10 bet. And as soon as I made that bet, as soon as it cleared, NAU got a pick 6 and then made it a 3-point game. And I was like, yes. So I'm in a suite. I'm in like a very expensive suite here because it's my girlfriend's brother-in-law. And he invited, my girlfriend's parents, and it was like family. And then I'm in there with U of A alumni who I don't know their names, but they're big deals. Like they're rich and they used to play for the teams and everything. So I'm amongst like the who's who of diehard Wildcat fans. But I went to NAU and I saw the writing on the wall. And, for 9 games out of the season, I'm rooting for the Wildcats. But when they play against NAU, I'm kind of rooting for the underdog there. I do not mind seeing NAU pull a victory, which never happens. But then I made that bet. And then my girlfriend's dad and I were on the low key celebrating every big play that was happening while we're in the box because we didn't want to be noticed cheering for the opposing team because it's heartbreaking. The guys that were in this box, they take it so seriously because they put they're boosters too. So it's not even like, watching a team lose. Like if I would have lost a $10 bet. That's nothing. They're probably losing like tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah. You're in the lion's den.
Yeah.
You're like, ugh.
So I kind of felt like a dick, kind of. But when that $120 came into my account, I felt a lot better about myself.
my man, don't ever feel like a dick. You went to NAU. You have a right to cheer for the Lumberjacks. That's your reasoning. If anybody gives you a hard time.
Right. That's the squad. That's my team. Now, technically, I never enrolled in NAU. I just went to classes for a couple of years, but that's another story.
I smoked their weed a lot.
Sold some too.
Right.
Hey. So, we're going to be talking about, let's see. Well, there's a couple big games and takeaways. First off, Richard Sherman going to Tampa Bay. Is this going to be a huge thing for Tampa Bay?
I love it. And, Tampa Bay is kind of turned into like this retirement community / halfway house for some of these guys. I think Josh Gordon tried getting with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but obviously his demons got the best of him. And now he's, after his suspension, he's now signed with the Kansas City Chiefs. But, Richard Sherman has always been a positive voice and a positive influence in the NFL. And just what he represents, like I'm all about Richard Sherman. I think the mental breakdown that you saw him have a couple months ago back home in Washington, I don't think that's the real Richard Sherman. And what's crazy is the family members who were inside of the house when he was banging on the door trying to get in, they even said, this is not the man that we've always known. There's just something wrong with him. So taking a step back from life, recharging, it was scary, but taking that step back, recharging, getting your mental state right, I think was a very big deal for Richard Sherman, and now he's going to go to a Tampa Bay organization that's obviously a Super Bowl contender, and I'm just so happy for Richard Sherman. I'm just so happy that he's getting another opportunity in the NFL.
Let me ask you this: do you know if he addressed those issues at all, and if he did anything to basically, reset and be in a better frame of mind? Because what it seemed like, and seeing, I think I saw police footage or ring cam footage of him. It was kind of full blown meltdown mode.
It was.
And I think a lot of people, and my concern, along with a lot of others online, online investigators, immediately think CTE. think, he was concussed too many times, and now he's suffering those kind of mental repercussions. Is that the case?
That could very well be the case. And a lot of these guys, a lot of these NFL football players, they go from, being these huge influences and these inspirations, and after you take so many blows to the head, sometimes it could really catch up to you. Yeah. But I think allowing some time to take a step back was really good for Richard Sherman. And he said Tom Brady reached out to him, and he said, you know what, if there's anybody that I'm going to play for, it's definitely going to be Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. When you have Tom Brady calling your phone, you got to answer it right away.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the guy knows how to win, so you're automatically kind of in the mix where you think you're going to win. And, if anyone has CTE in the NFL, you would think somebody like Richard Sherman could be a prime candidate because he's a hard hitter who leaned in with his head first. Not like a running back, but, Richard Sherman was a beast. Let's hope he's okay, though. So, and I'll ask you this question on air, so think about that. Who's got the better deal going back to the NFL, Richard Sherman or Josh Gordon? But again, we'll address that here in about 18 seconds.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about some of our other picks. So we'll keep an eye on the clock, and then I'll wrap it up like that, okay?
Okay, let's do it.
All right, cool. We got 10 seconds. Let's do this. Rock 102.1 KFMA Beef Vegan presents. Welcome back to the show. On Skype here via satellite is a man who doesn't know how to set an alarm clock, but he's an excellent sportscaster that you can hear on weekdays from 3 to 6 on our sister station, ESPN 104.9 FM and 1490 AM, Mr. Justin Spears. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning, guys. How are we doing today?
Doing pretty good. It's good to hear from you, even if you are a little echoey in the bathroom, piping into the show, which is good. I don't know.
Sorry.
Are you using the bathroom currently? What's going on?
No, I'm in my dining room right now.
Okay.
And unfortunately, my podcast equipment is not here, so I'm having to use my microphone on my Beats headphones. So I do apologize for the echoey sound.
No, you're good, though. So let's talk all things sports. We were talking, of course, about the NFL when we were off air. And two big moves happened this week. Returns of major players. And unfortunately, it's not Larry Fitzgerald, which we'll get to in a little bit. Yeah. But we're talking about wide receiver Josh Gordon, who was initially suspended because of marijuana-related offenses. And with the league relaxing on that, he's able to return, and he joined the Kansas City Chiefs. And Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman is now has joined the Super Bowl defending Tampa Bay Buccaneers with the one and only Tom Brady. First, will Richard Sherman be playing this weekend against the New England Patriots?
See, that's tough. I don't think so, just because he signed, I think, on Tuesday. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a lot to just come in. I mean, even though you're a pro, understanding the different the playbook, the certain defensive packages, I think that's just so difficult. So I can't imagine Richard Sherman getting much playing time. Although he's one of the top cornerbacks in the NFL. Still, even when he was away, that's a guy that you want to have on your team. So Richard Sherman will get some playing time very soon. I don't think it's going to be happening this weekend in New England, though.
In like 3 days, yeah. And that makes sense. I don't think Bruce Arians would do that. But if anyone could know or pick up a scheme pretty quickly, you would think it's somebody of the caliber of Richard Sherman, who's a very intelligent person just in general, right?
He did go to Stanford. So
Yeah. And people like to bring that up. So Josh Gordon, making his way to the Kansas City Chiefs. Now the Chiefs are in a very odd position, being 1-2 on the season and losing some close games and not looking like the Kansas City Chiefs. Is this enough to turn that franchise around and back into a winning program?
Well, first of all, you mentioned the Kansas City Chiefs having a couple of losses. And with that being said, this allows me to say, go Chargers, go. As my team, they beat the Chiefs last week.
That's right.
And I'm very excited for that. But, I mean, listen, the offense isn't the biggest issue with Kansas City, it's their defense. It's
right.
Stopping the run. Austin Eckler, really struggled through the first couple of weeks, and he was running out of the backfield. He was catching passes out of the backfield for the Chargers. So defensively, the Chiefs got a whole bunch of problems. They didn't really address any of their needs during the offseason when they were exposed in the Super Bowl. So I mean, essentially, this is the same Kansas City Chiefs team. Do I think they're a Super Bowl bound team? Absolutely. It's weird. Right. They're in last place of the AFC West. You got the Raiders, the Broncos, the Chargers, and then the Chiefs. The Chiefs, it's just the whole division is just so backwards. It's confusing, but as the season plays out, I think the Chiefs will get better. It's just the big thing is that defense. How will they improve over the course of the season? I love Honey Badger and Tyrann Mathieu. I think Frank Clark is one of the top edge rushers in the NFL. But the other guys, that's who I want to see improve.
Yeah, they're dropping the ball, but this will make you happy. So I did a 3-leg parlay last weekend, and I bet all underdogs in my 3-leg parlay. I went with the New Orleans Saints over the New England Patriots. I saw that. The writing on the wall on that one was a super easy pick for me. But they were, I think the money line was they were plus 130. And then I picked the Chargers over the Chiefs. I knew the Chargers were going to come in and whoop the Chiefs. Right. And then I picked the Dolphins over the Raiders. Now, here's the good part. Okay. That was a $20 3-leg parlay that I did. Well, the first two teams won. The Saints upset the Patriots and the Chargers upset the Chiefs. So right before the Dolphins game started, I had an option to cash out at $129 on my $20 bet. And I saw the writing on the wall and be like, you know what? That Dolphins bet is a bad bet. The Raiders are going to smoke them. And so I cashed out. And so I made $109 basically off of the Chargers and the Saints. So I know you had nothing to do with it, Spears.
I am just seeing Beef and hearing all of his betting stories from the last couple of weeks. I'm honestly thinking about making this man my official bookie because it seems like all this man does is win. Very seldom does he lose.
My strategy is whatever team you're rooting for, I usually bet the opposite. And that leads me into the Arizona Cardinals game that's happening this weekend. Now, the Cardinals, they have some stiff competition. Some would say the hardest challenge to date. And a lot of people are picking the other team. They think the Cardinals are going to lose this one. What say you?
Oh, man, this is tough. This is really a test for them this week against the Rams because the Rams, we talk about Super Bowl teams, they look every bit of a Super Bowl team. They not only do they have the defense, I mean, they have 2 top 5 defensive players on the defensive side of the ball, and Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. But offensively, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, all the players that they have, they throw in Matt Stafford, who's a much better quarterback than Jared Goff. I mean, the Rams are the real deal. But my goodness, the Chargers the Cardinals, they got a really good team too. Adding AJ Green was huge, and he's like the 3rd or the 4th best option on that team. So, man, honestly, I don't know, man. I really think that this could be a game that the Cardinals can win, but this is one bet that I'm going to stay away from. But I do think that the Cardinals definitely got a good shot to beat the Rams.
All right. Well, see, that makes me hesitate in betting on the Cardinals then because you're leaning towards the Cardinals. But we'll find out. Justin Spears and Ali is weekday afternoons, 3 to 6 on ESPN Tucson, 104.9 and 1490 AM. Stay on the line. We're going to talk to you on the stream real quick because I want to break down tonight's game, which is the Jaguars versus the Bengals, which is 2 crappy teams, but we want to figure out if there's any betting schemes that we could do to make some money on my FanDuel app. So stick around, Justin. For the rest of you, we'll be back with another one with Drum, so keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA, Beefy presents. All right. Clear. Okay. All right, so let's get into tonight's Thursday night game before I let you go back to, Flushing. Because you do look like you're in a bathroom, not a dining room.
It's very comfy.
Hey, Drum. So Spears did a last-minute call-out, so he's been patched in through here. So I apologize for that. Because I got that Drum on mic this whole time, Spears. All right.
Okay.
Let's see. All right, so let's talk about the Jaguars versus the Bengals. So obviously the Bengals are the favorite here because the Jaguars haven't won anything thus far. But last week, they didn't look too bad. And do you think what's his name? Trevor
Lawrence.
What's his kid's name again? Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. Do you think Trevor Lawrence is finally getting it down to where he might have a chance upsetting the Bengals?
Ooh, upsetting the Bengals. That's a hell of a statement right there. I never thought I'd hear that in 2021. Upsetting the Bengals. That's got to be
worse.
That bad. Man, the Jaguars, they just don't look good. They really don't look good. And I don't see any way that they beat the Bengals. I think now that Joe Burrow is healthy, adding a guy like Jamar Chase to the mix, I don't see any way that the Jaguars beat the Bengals this week.
Okay, I'll ask you.
As a matter of fact, I'd take Cincinnati to cover too.
Oh yeah, the 7.5. So you think they're going to win by more than a touchdown?
I think they'll win by 10.
So there's a boost bet on this FanDuel app that I'm considering. It's Joe Burrow to have a passing touchdown in each half. Oh, the Jaguars. You think that's a strong possibility?
So, say that again. Sorry.
Joe Burrow to have a passing touchdown in each half of the game tonight.
Oh yeah, easy bet. Oh man.
You say that's easy? Okay.
Yeah.
Noted.
All right, I'm gonna bet. I'll bet 20 on that. Let's see. My 20 would win 34. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'm good. As far as, not to brag, but let me brag real quick. And I think I was bragging to Spears about this yesterday. If I bumped into you yesterday or the day before, I've cashed out on my FanDuel app $450. Right, I started with a $75 credit. So they gave me a $75 credit because it's an endorsement thing. So they're like, here, we want to give you a little bit of money so you could play around, so you know what you're talking about when you endorse the app. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense because I'm broke and I do want to know what I'm talking about for a change. So I start doing that $75, and right now I still have $200 in my account after I cashed out $450. So $650 plus. And I've lost a lot of money on the app too. Don't forget, it hasn't been all winnings. I've just been winning more than I've been losing, which is fantastic.
How do you do it, Beef?
How do you do it, man?
You asked, Rico. I pull a 4-leaf clover out my ass.
Wow. Can I have one?
Yeah. And again, I basically just go against what Justin says. So real quick, what's one of my bets here?
Did nobody bet on Mason Crosby getting that last kick?
Oh, you know what I did? I already bet on the Jaguars to win. I should change that because I did a 5-leg parlay. I did a $5 5-leg parlay. This is basically the Powerball pick, and I'll tell you why. I pick all the underdogs, and if it's just like a miracle week, I'll do that $5 bet. If I don't win, I lose $5. But if I do win, I make $546 on that bet, and it's like. But it is okay. So this is what I did. I picked the Jaguars to beat the Bengals, so that I'm toast there. The Falcons to beat Washington. Think that's possible? I think he froze.
The Falcons to beat Washington.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So that wasn't too much of an underdog, but Washington is the favorite in that game. Detroit to beat the Bears. People get hyped up on the Bears. I don't believe it. Detroit's been playing good.
No, yeah, and honestly, the Bears have a quarterback issue. They don't know who's going to start this week. Andy Dalton's banged up. Justin Fields kind of struggled in his debut. We don't know what he's going to look like. Matt Nagy said Nick Foles could start at quarterback this week. So, I'll go with the Lions.
Foles still kicking around. Okay. I picked Seattle to beat the 49ers. I think that's very doable. And then the Raiders, who are an underdog to your Los Angeles Chargers.
Oof. I don't know about that, man. Raiders look good.
Yes, they do. The Raiders do look very good. John Gruden. You just can't go against Gruden. Gruden knows how to make a winning franchise, and that's why he won a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers in the past. And he did that beating the Raiders, and I remember that game so well, and I wish I put money on that game because I saw what was coming. I'm like, first off, the Raiders are still playing John Gruden's plays. John Gruden was going to face his Raiders, the team that he built. I'm like, he's going to know what they're going to do before they do it. And that's exactly what happened. Have you ever seen a one-sided Super Bowl? It was the most one-sided. I would say that is in competition, at least to be in the top 3, because it was funny. It was comical. I remember that game.
That or the Seahawks-Broncos Super Bowl from 2014. That was like 40-8 or something like that. That was very lopsided.
But this in that Gruden situation, it was literally like his team, and he was playing against his playbook. It was almost like playing Madden, and you're picking the plays. You're just playing against yourself, right? You're playing defense against yourself, and you're like, okay, I'm going to go with this, middle drive.
I know what they're going to
do. And then you do the defense for the middle drive because you just picked the play. It was almost like that. So I don't know. I think I'm going to keep it, and I think that the Jaguars may, because the Bengals do suck still, may pull off some miracle upset because of the Mormon Jesus helping out Trevor Lawrence. I'm playing the Mormon Jesus card.
Why? Is Trevor Lawrence Mormon?
I think so. He looks Mormon. Is he not Mormon?
I don't think so.
Oh, I have to Google that.
Cancel that bet.
I say he played for Dabo. He played for Dabo Sweeney.
So
very hardcore Christian. Well, I guess you could play for Dabo Sweeney if you're a Mormon quarterback, but
absolutely.
No. Trevor Lawrence never expressed his Mormon religion, so I don't know.
Yeah, because because he's a public figure and he's smart. Why talk about something decisive or divisive? Let's see. Is Trevor Lawrence Mormon? Maybe I'm the only one asking this. Yeah, it looks like I'm the only one asking this. So
religiousbet.com.
Oh, he's just a Christian. Okay.
Oh, okay.
He looks Mormon, though. I'm standing by that.
He's got that look to him.
Yeah. He's wholesome. He's already married to his beautiful wife. But, they're super young and getting married already, planning kids. That's a very Mormon thing to do. I'm sorry. Let me get you on the mic here. Go ahead. Say that again.
I thought that was also a Christian thing.
Yeah, you're right. It's a religion thing. It's a religious thing for sure. All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us on the stream, Mayor Spears. Hopefully we get to see you in studio next week.
Absolutely. Man, I'm surprised we didn't get a chance to talk about Tom Brady and the return to New England.
I know. And that is a big talk. If you're up early enough, or I don't know, like tomorrow, I guess tomorrow I'm kind of booked up with Roadrunners things. But yeah, that is a big talking point. But we got to do the news.
No, we'll rehash. We'll schedule for next week.
For sure. And then, are you doing a live broadcast today?
Yes, we are. 3 to 6.
Where at? No, I
mean, remote. Broadcast. Yeah, we'll be at Native Grill and Wings off of I-10 and Cortero from 3 to 6. So come say what's up, everyone.
I might come by and harass you. We'll see.
Do it.
We'll see. If my Dungeons and Dragons night falls through, then I'll come by to eat some wings and
harass.
Yeah, just harass. Straight up harass. Have to be escorted out of the Native Wings and stuff just by busting balls from afar.
By your own company.
You're awesome, Allie. You're awesome. The other guy, I don't know. He doesn't wake up on time. No.
Love you guys.
What are you talking about?
Love you too, brother.
We'll
see you soon. All right, Spears, everybody. All right, and good morning, Drum.
Good morning.
All right, we got it all situated for the news here.
It's right here.
Good.
Can we all just broadcast from the toilet from now on? Looks way more comfortable.
I know. All right, what do we say? A horse looked at Trevor Lawrence's ass. Why such a long face? That's very good. Have you seen Trevor Lawrence's face?
Not recently.
He's got a super elongated skull. I mean, he's a super athlete. You look at the guy, he's a stud. But yeah, you can't not see how big his head is, but not in a round way.
Yeah,
it's stretched out.
Elongated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a head for science.
He looks kind of like an Englishman.
He does. He probably does have some English, heritage for sure. And I just thought he looked Mormon. He looks like if they cast him in the Book of Mormon, I'll be like, yeah, that makes sense.
He looks more like a surfer, surfer who does his thing and happens to play football.
It's funny you say that because his brother looks like he could be in Kings of Leon. So,
oh wow,
yeah. So there is kind of like a surfer quality to his family. They're kind of Southern. They're Christian,
kind of Mormon, kind of surferish.
Yeah, I think they're like the Christians that believe that weed was a gift from God. That's what they look like. I don't know. I'm sure Trevor Lawrence doesn't get high at all, and he's pretty straight edge. But his brother looks like he partakes.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, his brother looks like he abides, like he's the dude. I'll see if I can't pull up a picture, but let's get ready for another one here. Did you get to sleep in, Drum?
No, I was actually doing some stuff today.
Oh, that's cool. Ran errands and shit.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. 20 seconds. We got about, we're going to have to be about 4 minutes on this, but I think the stories are super simple. All right, here we go.
Super simple.
Rock 102.1 KFMA Beefing and Presents. We're almost out the door, but before we leave you, we got to give you all the news that we missed. And with that, our good friend Drum is here to help us out. Here comes another one. What do you got for us this morning, Drum?
So Brittany's dad has been suspended as her conservator.
Okay, yeah, so that's finally officially kaput.
Yes.
Good.
That's fantastic, yeah.
It's a huge victory that she won in court yesterday when the judge granted her pension to suspend Jamie Spears as his role.
Mm-hmm.
And it's immediately. So her pops he's been handling her affairs since like 2008. So
you seen some of the gross stuff that's been coming out?
Yeah,
based off this. I mean, there was a report that he allegedly has bugged her bedroom. So all her bedroom activities, conversations, and other things that you do in the bedroom, he heard all of that stuff.
Oh, yeah. And the chaos isn't quite over. Jenny's attorney lobbied for the conservatorship to be ended entirely.
Mm-hmm.
And Brittany's lawyer accused him of wanting to, quote, suppress evidence of his corruption. So
corruption, alcoholism, gambling addiction. And when I saw that he's potentially a gambling addict, it didn't surprise me, because if you're making millions of dollars off of your daughter for nothing, then where's the thrill in life? You're not earning any of this. So the only thrill you can get is the adrenaline rush of like betting it all and knowing that this, cash cow isn't going away anywhere. You're just going to make her do another Vegas residency.
He's a scumbag.
Super scumbag.
Mm-hmm.
No one, I don't know. I think the word was out for a long time that this guy was a scumbag.
Oh, yeah. It was
Yeah.
I mean, I think even Cat Williams said he called it too.
Yeah. But the only thing that's surprising about all this is that no matter how much people thought he was a scumbag, they still underestimated it. They didn't realize he was that big of a scumbag. It's like he's worse than they thought. And we already thought he was trash.
Yep. He's just a controlling father. Like, no, there's much more under that.
But yeah, there's no comments from Brittany yet, because right now she's busy flying on a plane.
Yeah.
That's red night.
Yeah, good for her.
She's hitting that vacation after all these years.
Yeah. Well, good for her. She deserves it. All right, what else you got here in the news there, Drum?
Interesting factoid. Phone calls lasted a lot longer during the lockdowns.
Okay. That doesn't surprise me, right? If you can't go outside, you're going to be on the phone a little longer. Yeah. Why did they come across this?
So Zoom blew up last spring with the initial lockdowns happen. The new study found that old school phone calls also saw a big jump. So researchers in Austria looked at like mobile records from 1.2 million people all over. And the phone calls immediately started lasting longer, especially for women.
It's funny, though. As soon as the lockdowns got loose and they went away, so did the phone calls. It's like, I remember I was FaceTiming with friends at the beginning of this lockdown, way more than I ever have. And then as soon as we got our freedoms back a little bit, I haven't heard from them.
Right.
Like, what? We didn't have a good FaceTime?
I just don't need it anymore, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I'm actually able to hang out with people that I enjoy in real life.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's excellent information there, Drum. All right. That's all the time we have for another one. Let's take a quick break. We'll wrap things up next and Beef Vegan Presents. Don't go away. You know what? Clear. Yeah, that was all in the story, right?
I'm sorry?
That was all in the story on the phone call one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was super simple. That's right. I had 6 minutes spot block. So, and then we're going to wrap things up. Let's see where we're at on time.
Are they bringing back that sidekick, by the way? That phone?
The phone?
Yeah.
Sidekick phone?
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were, actually. I think I saw that.
Or a flip phone?
You want to Google that real quick, Drum?
I'm sorry?
Fact check.
Google Sidekick phone. Were you too young to remember the Sidekick phone, or did you have one when you were younger?
I wasn't allowed to have a phone until I could pay for it myself.
I like that. I like that policy.
Boom.
I wish I did the same for my daughter. And so at what age did you start working, when you were 15 or 16?
16.
Okay. And then that's when you got a phone?
No, it took me a little bit because I had some fandom stuff I wanted to invest in, and then I invested in a phone.
And then a phone doesn't cost like $100 like back in the day. Now it's
I was actually gonna get like an old school
payment.
flip phone because they were like super cheap, and my parents were like, "You sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is gonna be great." But that day they went in and like they bought like there was a Verizon special where they did you buy two like Samsung something, you get whatever kind of knockoff phone for free, and I was like, I'll take that LG.
Cool.
It's only $20.
Todd says Sidekick is back.
Yeah. You know what else is back? Something that we did earlier. I didn't get to show you this clip because my computer is all screwy. But this was super fun. So we came across that. I think by now you've probably seen this video of a man in Florida capturing an alligator in a trash bin, basically like one of those recycling bins that we put out on the curb. Have you seen this video, Drum?
I haven't.
Okay. Well, I hope you guys seen this. This went viral, and I can't necessarily show it to you because I don't want to bog down my stream. But with this, since it went viral, there was a man who does like a song a day. His name is what's his name? It's John something. Well, he made the Florida Man song, which is fantastic.
It's great.
It's a great song. Basically a theme song about this dude capturing an alligator, and it goes a little something like this. Check this out.
Florida man, catch an alligator in the trash can. If you can't do it, no one can. Come on now, Florida man.
Woo!
You do things different down south, straight into the trash can's mouth. Go down a swamp and let them out. Come on now, Florida man.
Florida man!
Florida man, you're much my life.
This gives me like cruising down the road on a journey.
Yeah. It's like you're capturing that alligator yourself.
The song your dad plays on the radio is like, this is real music.
Yeah.
You don't get it.
This is a song we're playing at your initiation. What initiation exactly?
Yeah. Todd, do you know that video? Can you show that video for us?
The Gator Kitchen?
Yeah.
Gator.
Yeah.
Gator.
Yeah,
all
one
right,
second.
all right. We're going to play the song while he pulls that up.
It's that Gator. If that becomes a new TikTok trend, they're going to start kidnapping alligators and catching them in trash cans for clout.
They call them like
Gator Kitchen.
Yeah, I was thinking
trap.
something a rhyme or something like that. A gator trader.
Later
or something
Gator.
like that.
Gator.
Later Gator. All right. Here we go.
Later Gator challenge.
Here's the video. Check this out, Drum. That's great too, because this guy is like 5'4". He's a short dude.
Hey, improvise, adapt, overcome, my guy. Way to go.
Yeah.
Vibing.
Got the Adidas sandals on.
Yep. I mean, if anything, if I'm going to catch a gator, I'll put some shoes on.
It's coming after those little toes.
Yeah, snap those toes.
Wait. Surprise!
Yeah.
I can't believe that worked.
Yeah, that worked.
Hearing him on the back of the head.
Power move.
Come on.
Isn't that brilliant? And then you watch him lift him up. You see this tail just flopping around.
Screenshot.
Yep, you got it.
Look at that. And everyone's filming. One guy doing it. That's the only thing I don't like about this video is one guy is doing all the work. And there's like 3 people just filming him do all the work.
They're all ready to like run if they need to.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad one of our commenters brought it up. I'm colorful today because today is September 30th and it's a very special day.
What's the special day?
Today is Orange Shirt Day.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like a birthday or something.
No, Orange Shirt Day. It's supposed to be like a day in honor of Indigenous boarding school victims.
Okay.
Started in Canada. So I'm representing all the fallen sisters and brothers. So
every morning when I put together the show sheet, I see these national holidays lists and stuff like that. I didn't come across Orange Shirt Day. Why does not more people know about this, or where can I find more information on this?
So basically, if you Google search Orange Day 2021, there's a lot of good sources to use. Make sure that you're using good sources. Some of the sources I've used are The Lantern. I have a few more bookmarked in my phone. I actually found it on TikTok with one of the creators that I follow. She's from Canada. So, and make sure it's like legit people that you're following.
Okay. All right. So does it change every day or every year? The day?
No, it's the same day.
Always September 30th.
Mm-hmm. It started in 2013.
Nice.
Or that I know of, it started in 2013.
Cool.
To celebrate it.
Oh yeah, bringing the awareness. I love it. All right, Todd, do you have one more video clip you could share with us before we go?
Yeah, give me a hot second here.
I was just looking. I was like, did you give me this whole list in the bottom of the show sheet? Is this you?
Yeah, my little stuffing zone. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I dig it. This is good. I love that Todd could just pop in and be our video guy on the podcast. It's fantastic. Like, what else? What other viral things are we missing? There's been a lot of stuff.
No, just another. Don't mess with the bull, or maybe do mess with the bull. Oh, you're not sharing it yet. Oh, wait.
Okay, we'll find out.
Oh man.
Oh!
Wow.
Get some back on the bull. Hold on. Watch that again.
Wow. All right. That's a horse. It's not a bull.
Bronco. Boom.
Oh, it's a busted Bronco.
Is that John Cena?
Nah.
Who is that?
That's John Cena. I see nobody.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. If it was John Cena, you wouldn't be able to see him. You made a good point.
You can't see me.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Who's the wrestling fan in here now? All of a sudden, you're a wrestling mark? Do you like wrestling, Drum?
I do.
Nice.
One of our promo people does
Valdez,
like pro he does pro wrestling, which I thought was cool. He's like, I want you to help out. I was like, we'll see.
When she says he does pro wrestling, he's like a promoter. He's an independent promoter, so he puts on independent wrestling shows.
He's one of the. It's really cool, and he also he does the referee. That's what his role is.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy because Valdez does a lot of stuff. He's a hustler.
Oh yeah. Like yesterday they did a project yesterday it's called the Esperanza Project, and that helps raise awareness to people who have been sexual assault victims.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
I'm wearing their little bracelet, which is also orange.
You've raised so much awareness today. What is there anything else that you're raising awareness for?
No, not today. Those are the two that I've had on my thing, but yeah.
Like purple hair is the purple in my hair signifies,
No, well, I mean, it's good to educate yourselves, peeps.
For sure. All right, we got to wrap it up though. Todd, thank you so much, and I'd like to thank everyone for watching the stream. Let's try to do like literally like a 5 or 10 second goodbye on the air, and then we'll wrap up the podcast. But
thanks, Linda.
As always, I'd like to thank Todd for popping in tomorrow morning. We got a lot of people coming in on the show. Powers, of course, Herb Stratford. Austin is going to be doing our street teaming. So we're going to either dress him up as a naked cowboy or like a protester, a faux protester with signs saying, I'm not protesting. I just want you to listen to Rock 102.1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Or homeless guy. I mean, people voted for homeless guy, but, I'm like, it could be insensitive. I don't know.
Dangerous and sensitive. Who knows?
Right. So we're going to decide on that tomorrow morning, bright and early. And then I'm also going to have Tucson Roadrunners president Bob Hoffman in studio. We're going to be talking about the Fan Fest that's happening this Sunday, to which I'm participating in by hosting and also being in the dunk tank. So it'll be interesting to see how many people line up to pay $5 a pop to try to dunk me. I'm going to be offended. I'm going to be offended either way. If nobody wants to do it or if everybody wants to do it, I'm going to be like, F you guys.
Hey, come on.
Yeah.
I'm going to be on FanDuel, just like seeing who's going to get the shot at you. $50 off you, beef.
Exactly.
Thanks.
Actually, that is all the time we have. So yeah, it just kind of booted me out. So
wow.
Yeah. So we're going right into the side of beef song. You guys have a good one.
On the side of beef, soon will come and end to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind to